In tonight's headlines, High Court orders the winding up of scandal-hit physical gym after hearing the firm owes more than $70 million in unpaid wages. Robert Chung is once again questioned by police in the investigation for his alleged links to a fugitive wanted under the national security law. And tens of thousands of displaced Palestinians return to northern Gaza after Israel lifts blockade.
Bankrupt gymnasium chain Physical Beauty and Fitness Holdings has been ordered to wind up by the High Court. The firm, which abruptly closed all its branches in September last year, owes around $74 million in unpaid wages to 374 employees. Even after selling all the gym and beauty equipment, the assets were valued at only about $15 million. 8 creditors representing employees applied to the High Court for the company's liquidation last year. This morning, the court heard that the firm's subsidiaries are insolvent, with the Dimsadoi branch in debt of over $600 million. The court will issue a written judgment within 2 weeks. Registered in the British Virgin Islands, the 38-year-old company triggered thousands of customer claims after the sudden shutdown, amounting to over $500 million.
Leading pollster and academic Robert Chung was taken away by the National Security Police this morning to assist with an investigation linked to fugitive Chung Kim-hwa. This was the second time in as many weeks that Chung was escorted for questioning. Chung, who is the president and chief executive of the Hong Kong Public Opinion Research Institute, was escorted to Wan Chai Police Station and is accused of aiding Chung Kim-hwa, who is believed to be in London. Chung Kim-hwa is wanted for advocating Hong Kong's independence and calling for foreign sanctions against Beijing. He is one of the 19 opposition figures on whom the police have placed a $1 million bounty for violating the national security law.
Allowing 8-year-olds entry into billiard halls has sparked concerns from some lawmakers who deem such premises unfit for young people. Starting next month, licensed billiard establishments which wish to admit younger customers can submit applications to the Leisure and Cultural Services Department as the government looks to promote the development of the sport. Taking to the airwaves, lawmaker Lawrence Tang, who formerly was the principal of a secondary school, said such establishments would require significant changes to their current business model in order to make it suitable for youth. Tang also pointed out that profanity is widely prevalent in the business, and this could have an adverse effect on youngsters. He added that the government should instead focus on setting up more snooker tables in schools or community centers to better promote the sport. Meanwhile, lawmaker Adrian Ho highlighted the long history of smoking at many billiards halls. He urged the government to carefully consider the air quality in these premises before allowing children in. Cheryl Yun, Cable News.
Elderly residents of Kutong Village in the Northern New Territories held their last Lunar New Year gathering before their homes are taken by the government later this year for the planned development of the Northern Metropolis. For many people, it means leaving the only home they've known for their entire lives. For others, it's been decades. Accustomed to village life, these seniors are worried about their upcoming relocation to the city. Concerns range from the inconvenience of using wheelchairs in lifts to finding their way amid identical residential blocks, or even getting used to digital door locks. The emotional toll is significant. Having lived together for so many years, the thought of sudden separation is distressing. They hope to remain nearby post-relocation to look after one another. A resident organization hopes the government will arrange social workers to help them adapt to their new lifestyle. Authorities previously announced that residents relocating to resettlement units in Fanling would have a seamless transition. Jeremy Chu, Cable News.
1.6 million people will benefit starting next month, when they receive higher social security payments. The revised amount will cover payments under the Comprehensive Social Security Assistance Scheme, OH allowance, the OH living allowance, and disability allowance. These will see a 1.3% rise, which aligns with changes in the Consumer Price Index. The OH allowance will rise to $1,640, while the OH living allowance will jump to $4,250. Meanwhile, a spokesman from the SWD said the government will raise the maximum rent allowance under the CSSA scheme by 0.2%, with effect from February 1st.
Tourism chief Rosanna Law has urged the city's hotel industry not to be short-sighted by hiking up room rates during the Lunar New Year holidays. In an interview with a local publication, Law mentioned that before the pandemic, some hotels charged exorbitant rates during peak seasons, and stressed that this could backfire now, as tourists may opt to stay in neighboring Shenzhen instead, where many reasonably priced options are available. She stated that although average hotel rooms in Hong Kong are not very spacious, the service should be excellent and the amenities abundant and fairly priced. This could help the city develop a long-term relationship with tourists, encouraging them to visit frequently and enjoy everything that the SAR has to offer. Regarding the controversy of her being a fan of a local male singer, Law clarified that supporting the arts industry is part of her duty, and she would balance work and leisure. Jeremy Zhu, Cable News.
The annual Lunar New Year night parade is just 2 days away, and the floats are all set to weave through the streets to spread joy. Themed Unfold a Year of Good Fortune, the parade will showcase 9 floats and 28 local and international performances. The spotlight is on the giant pandas, 6 of whom are residing in Hong Kong. Even they want a picture-perfect moment with the iconic Victoria Harbour skyline. Other beloved characters will also be joining in the New Year celebrations. And don't miss out on the finale, a giant revolving lantern atop a snake-themed float, adorned with decorations of the traditional Chinese tassel. The parade will kick off at 8 p.m. on the first day of the Lunar New Year, starting from the Hong Kong Cultural Center and circling through Tsim Sha Tsui before ending at the Sheraton Hotel.
Special traffic arrangements will be in place on the first 2 days of the Lunar New Year to make way for festive events. Canton Road, Hai Phong Road, and Tsim Sha Tsui sections of Nathan Road will be blocked on Wednesday starting 3:30 p.m. Additional closures will affect nearby areas, including Salisbury Road for annual Lunar New Year parade. On Thursday, the mega fireworks display will illuminate Victoria Harbour at 8 p.m. Roads surrounding the viewing spots in Tsim Sha Tsui, Golden Bohemia Square in Wan Chai, and the central harbourfront will be closed off in stages starting 5 p.m. As the fireworks will conclude within 30 minutes, there will be ample time for mainland visitors to head back. Border checkpoints will not extend their opening hours, but the Hong Kong-Macau-Zhuhai Bridge and the Lok Ma Chau Huanggang Port Crossing will operate 24 hours as usual.
Tens of thousands of Palestinians are returning to their homes, or whatever is left of it, in northern Gaza, after Israel lifted its blockade of the area. After months of displacement and evacuations due to the fierce conflict between Hamas and Israel, Palestinians headed back home, mostly on foot. Their return was pushed back by 48 hours after Israel accused Hamas of breaching terms of the ceasefire agreement over the release of civilian female hostage Arbel Yehud. She was expected to be freed last week. But now Hamas has agreed to release 28-year-old Yehud on Thursday. The ceasefire between Israel and Hamas took effect 9 days ago, and has so far secured the release of 7 Israeli female soldiers in exchange for nearly 400 Palestinian prisoners held in Israel. Further exchanges in the coming weeks will see 26 Israeli hostages swapped for nearly 1,500 Palestinian prisoners and a gradual withdrawal of Israeli troops from some parts of the Gaza Strip.
After a back and forth of tariff threats, U.S. President Donald Trump has got his way around, forcing Colombia to take back its illegal migrants living in the United States. Earlier, Trump threatened 25% tariffs on all imports from the country after Colombian President Gustavo Petro rejected U.S. military planes carrying the undocumented migrants from landing in the capital, Bogota. Trump further warned of raising the tariffs to 50% within a week, ban Colombian citizens from traveling to the U.S., and revoke visas for Colombian officials. In a similar move, Petro threatened a 25% retaliatory tariff for U.S. imports, but said Colombia would accept the repatriation if the migrants are treated properly and sent back on civilian aircrafts.
El gobierno de Colombia informa.
Colombian Foreign Minister Luis Gilberto Murillo later confirmed that his country will receive the deportees to maintain national interest and dignity of Colombian citizens. The trade threats marked the first time Trump took major action against another country over his immigration policy since he took office last week.
China's factory activity unexpectedly dipped in the first month of the year, reversing the growth seen in the previous 3 months and the need for stronger fiscal support to boost the economy. The official Purchasing Managers Index fell back into contraction territory at 49.1 from the threshold of 50, which denotes growth. It was the lowest in 5 months, marking a decline of 1 percentage point from December. The figure for large enterprises was 49.9, while medium-sized industries held on at 49.5. But small-scale businesses tumbled to 46.5. The non-manufacturing PMI, which reflects the performance of the service and construction sectors, also fell to 50.2 in January, compared to 52.2 in December. It was the biggest drop in over 2 years. However, the declines are aligned with previous trends as manufacturing activity generally slows down during the Lunar New Year holidays. Evelyn Bai, Cable News.